Hey everybody, WindDrakeHex here doing a live draft commentary. I'm going to try to focus more on new player drafting, those of you that are new and want to get into draft, and it seems daunting and confusing. I'm going to try in real time discuss some of the picks, why I picked them, some of the fundamentals of draft, some things to kind of get you started thinking about it and get maybe start developing your skills and learn some strategies and fundamentals that you can take to any set, not just the current meta. So in this pack, basically, what I'm trying to think is what archetype is open, meaning what type or play style is open that's going to help me build a deck that has a strategy or a theme. Obviously, knowing the strategies is important, so that takes watching videos or reading forums or playing that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of free information out there. You don't have to spend a bunch of money to learn. In this case, I'm seeing some spider cards, which is an archetype in set 3. This card's great because it gives value when you gain spiders. This card's great because it creates spiders. And yeah, my first pick was Iljon's Parade, which gives you 2/2/2s with a major socketed ability. Anytime you're getting 4 power and 4 toughness for 4 is great. Anytime you're getting 4 power and 4 toughness between two separate cards is even better. The socketed ability makes it gravy. So that's a very interesting card to keep my eye on. Though there isn't a diamond and sapphire real strategy archetype. It's fine if you end up playing those two, but it's kind of either or in this pick. But I don't know what's open quite yet. It's only the second pack, or second pick of the first pack. So I'm kind of just discovering, picking what I think is a good overall card. So I haven't seen any diamond in this pack. So this has gone through 2 people, and there's no diamond in it. So I'm thinking maybe the guy to my right is actually in diamond. It's very important to learn, try to intuit what the person on your right colors he's in. So basically, you don't compete over resources. You can't do anything about the guy on the other side of the table, but you can really affect the person on your left and the person on your right. So here we see a lot of strong cards. This is pretty much a bomb in limited. Bomb means it will win the game on its own. You need a troop for it to come out, but getting 5+5+5 and crush on a troop is pretty incredible. And if you right click twice, you can see what it turns into. I don't see any spider cards here. This is a pretty good card on its own. This is a pretty good card in ramp. This is a strategy. This is a good card in ramp. I'm gonna take the dynamite by its sheer power level. I could also play it with Iljon's Parade, as diamond and wild do have some kind of synergies, but I don't know quite where I'm going yet. So this card's great on shift. It's a 2/3 for 4, but it's flying. I mean, it can only be blocked by flyers, which means that this card is called evasive. It means it's going to do a lot of damage in a game. The fact that when a keyword shift is shifted onto something, which is a mechanic in this set, it gets bigger. It makes it an evasive threat that becomes even more threatening as the game goes on. This is a great card in like pretty much any strategy that can play diamond, but especially in archetypes that take advantage of sacrifice and taking things out of your crypt is really good. This is probably the safest all-around pick, as it gains a socketable major ability or minor, plus a +1/+1, and it's really cheaply costed, meaning it's a lot of power and toughness for a low amount of cost. I'm probably going to pick it here, though Deep Gaze Disciple is arguably better. No, I'm going to take the Disciple here. Okay, so now we're getting kind of mixed signals here. Now it looks like these are some great Sapphire cards. Cyclone Shaman and Runeweb Infiltrator would all be great additions. The problem is, if we take Sapphire here, we're going to have a lot of trouble. We're probably going to not be able to play our Iljon's Parade or a Deep Gaze. So it's a great place to be in that we have so many good cards to choose from. Though, we could play Red Infiltrators, but it's not going to have any spider synergies because the other spider shard is blood. So there's going to be a sacrifice to this pick. Taking a Spiritbound Spine, which is a lot of value, you get a 1/1 flyer and a 1/1 for 1. That's incredible value. Best card in the pack, in my opinion, is probably Cyclone Shaman. I think I'm going to start thinking spiders, though I probably would have preferred a good diamond card there. So I don't know. As you can tell, we're still totally just figuring figuring stuff out. So here's a good spider card. We've seen a lot of good Ruby removal. As you can see, drafting is not simple. Things change. People are trying to figure out what other people are in by just the cards that are being passed. It's anything but a perfect science. Kind of interested in Nizak here. I'm also seeing some good late wild cards. I mean, we could kind of go in any direction. We could also go Ovo, which is a champion shift, which would be fine. Though I haven't seen a lot of blood. I don't know if spiders is that open. Though we're seeing the spider cards and we saw 2 rune webs. Man, this is getting more and more complex. So I'm gonna kind of start to hedge towards the direction here. If we don't play Ill Jones, we don't play Dynamite, we don't play Deep Gaze, it's fine. We could always end up either splashing these cards, which means it's not one of your main 2 colors. So this pack is a little more open. The best card in the pack is probably Smashadon, which I don't mind picking up because there's this champion called Winter Moon, which basically brings stuff out of your graveyard and brings them back into your deck, and then if you play that card, you get to draw a card. It's basically a long game strategy where you gain value, card advantage, which is something you'll learn about more as time goes on. This is also a good card for that deck, Thunderfield Seer. Kind of want to go Smashadon because I already have a Dynamite. And if I do end up going Winter Moon, these Infiltrators are fine. And the Nizak Web card's fine too. So, kind of hedging, figuring out what the best long-term strategy is. This is good in Winter Moon. This card's good, and we let a lot of good Ruby cards go, so we're not even going to think about Ruby for the rest of the game. You do want tricks, but I'm not sure that I'm in Diamond yet. I really do want to play these 2 cards, but you can't do everything at once, and you basically have to play what's open. So Scrap Rummager is very good, and it gains card selection. We get to put things on our crypt if we do end up at Winter Moon. So it looks like we probably should be right now with the Dynamite and the Smashadon. You want like effects. We want to be able to basically manipulate our deck and manipulate our opponent's cards. Well, here's an issue. So this is like super late. So nobody's in Ruby, which is crazy. We can also switch it up and just go Ruby. If literally nobody's in Ruby, then we should probably just go Ruby Diamond. This is a very powerful card. This would be great in a Winter Moon deck, but I'm not sure how open Wild is. I'm probably going to take the best card in the pack, minus that in the colors that we're already in, so that would be Crypt. So that wields, so that's kind of a signal. So again, kind of don't know where we're at. Lightning Brave's good, it's evasive, it has flash, so sometimes it can take out Troop. You normally don't want to trade for 2/2, something with 2 power, because Lightning Brave is, a threat in and of itself. It's evasive, it can do 3 damage a turn, that's great. This would be fine if we knew we were in Diamond. We still don't yet, but it's also good in any kind of Winter Moon strategy if we could pull it off while playing Diamond, because Prophecy gains value because it makes cards in your deck better. Yeah, we'll play Lightning Brave, pretty good pickup. Here, probably a Cry is probably is a good finisher, gives all your troops a huge advantage in power and toughness. Works better in aggro strategies, but I've seen in a lot of board stalls this card's good enough just to win the game. So I have no problem picking that up here. Still don't know where we're at, which is kind of unfortunate this deep. And looking like, honestly, we're Diamond Sapphire, which doesn't really have a champion for that, though our card quality is pretty good. So we'll see. I haven't seen much of any blood. Well, in Winter Moon decks, 6 drops are fine because you do end up playing for the long game, and this is a pretty big threat. It has to be dealt with, and then being able to bring it back and all that's pretty good. I wouldn't mind another Scrap Rummager, but truth be told, I'm never playing more than 1. And even 1's questionable. It is a fine card, just Hex is, if you're coming from Magic, like Hex demands so much to be done each turn because it's everything's pushed with champion abilities, so it's a fast-paced game. Suffocate's good in Winter Moon for sure. Lightning Brave's good in kind of your more aggro strategies. So I'll take a Suffocate here. Might not main deck it, but it's definitely a good card to have access to. kind of want to hate draft this card. It means I don't plan on playing it, but it's good against me. Though I'm going to need 2 drops if I do end up going Winter Moon, and Redford Ranger is fine. Like I say, there's not a ton of wild. I got some pretty strong signals. Oh, there's a good Winter Moon card. Maybe we're going Winter Moon. Maybe we're going Coyote something. I don't know. Play that to fix. May go 3-color. We could go 3-shard Winter Moon, which would be interesting. Not as consistent, but again, if you're playing for the long game, you can get away with a little bit of inconsistency. Well, here's an easy decision. This card's worth a good amount of money. It's very powerful, in that you gain an ability anytime you play one of these, a resource with this threshold, or when you gain a threshold, really. So it doesn't even need to be a resource necessarily. So that's great. It doesn't, because it's an artifact, it doesn't conflict with any of our other picks. You can go in any deck, and that it will. Honorable mentions: Rootwood Enhancer is very good in that it's Wild's best answer to evasive troops. Cripple is great in any deck, but really good in Winter Moon because you can keep getting it back, and gaining card advantage and just stalling out the game until you can just force your card advantage for the win. This card's great either as evasive socket ability or do damage. Typically, you know which one you want to be by game 2. So, yeah, Eternal Sage, easy pick. I really don't want to go 3-color because that's just, it's asking too much of my resource base, and I'm not totally married to any one color, probably besides Sapphire, though that could be a mistake. Sapphire is not that great. I really would rather just be in Spiders, but here we're getting some good diamond stuff. So if we get 2 packs worth of diamond cards, pack 1 and pack 2, and we're still getting good diamond stuff, which isn't definitive because it's only pack 2, or pick 2, pack 2. So we don't quite know for sure if diamond's open yet, though it seemed to be open on our right, and we're not getting cut on our left. So who knows? Maybe it's pretty open. Again, we passed a couple of these Ashwoods. It's a very fun card in Hells. But yeah, Ghost Feather, 2/2 for 3 isn't great, but the fact that you can gain back, you get a Spirit Eagle, which is like kind of the premier evasive threat in Diamond. Here I'm liking, if we knew where we were, if we knew for sure that we're going to be in Wild, then it'd be pretty easy smash to the ground. It still looks like we're kind of threading the line here between strategies. We're probably going to need some shift up in here if we do end up going OVO, Diamond Sapphire, which I really don't mind. Ethereal Collar is really good with OVO too, so that may be the best strategy. Wild didn't seem crazy open. I don't like passing those. But anyway, we got a good shift card in Diamond. That's right where we want to be. So it looks like we're going to play OVO, which isn't my favorite, but you can do some pretty broken things. Reverting, gaining back shift abilities, bringing things back from your graveyard, reverting them, Ethereal Collar. It's pretty good. So yeah, it's a pretty easy pick. I think I did an okay job avoiding trying to force one strategy. 2 Smashadons isn't really telling me that Wild's open. And somebody just had a better pick with Dynamite. This is, I don't really want to pick this because it's, I'm pretty sure we're not in Wild. Maybe the best card in the pack. I don't want to play 2 of these because it just clogs up the deck. Psychotic Torment is fine. It's better than Spiders. It's pretty much like a very key Spider card to get your mill on and trigger those eggs and get those 1/1 unblockables. But not even run it here. If we have enough evasion, just mill our opponent. We do have some Spider generation, and that we'll be playing Rune Web. Not a lot of spider synergy, but 1-1 unblockables or 1-1 unblockables. So I think Cry goes up in value because we have Iljon's Parade, we have Rune Webs. I don't want to play 2 Psychotic Torments, but it just the fact that it's not being gobbled up or a Vile Fang. But Spiders is kind of sailed, unfortunately. Whoever is playing Rubies is going to have all the removal in the world, which is totally scary. But Spirit Eagle's amazing. Totally what we want to be doing. Feeling pretty good about Diamond. You know, yeah, we got all the really nice cards we like to have in Diamond. Just gain value, shift, play some OVO. Probably make some cuts here for sure. Like Thunderfield Seer goes down in value if you're not in Winter Moon. Can't splash Dynamite because it has a double threshold. Well, this is frustrating. What would we play? Well, we could do a Starfall, splash something amazing if we get it. It just make us more consistent. Though Sapphire doesn't have a lot of double cards. Thunderfell would be great if we weren't playing Diamond. 2 Cries is probably too much. This could be a good sideboard card. This may actually be the pick because this thing we're most likely to play, though I never end up sideboarding this card. It's nice to know it exists. This would be what I'd want to hate, just because that health gain and a 4/4 body for 5 is very good. Just take another Smashadon. Truth be told, this isn't a very good pack. Yeah, I'll take 2 Cries just in case we are in a matchup where Cry just wins the game every time. Yeah, it sucks. So it looks like Sapphire and Diamond dried out, which makes me think that next pack is going to be bad for us somehow. Somebody just moved in the Diamond. Or I misinterpreted being open. So maybe we'll hedge a little bit, and just take good wild cards. I think they're going to start really coming here, and then maybe we just end up playing wild anyway and give up on Diamond. But we do have a pretty strong core of Diamond cards. It may be worth it just to push on through. But like I said, Winter Moon's a great strategy in this archetype, or in this format, so it's not the end of the world. We're going to miss out on something. We're gonna have a lot of cards in our bin when all is said and done. Don't want a 3rd Cry. Sunseer would be just fine, but kind of need some way to interact with my opponent's stuff. Cripple's the way to do that. Removal really sucks when you're playing Sapphire Diamond. Just kind of a concern. We haven't seen any Pride's Falls, which is the 2 mana destroy anything with 4 toughness. Kind of like the deal with the thing that Wild can't really, or Diamond can't really deal with, big troops. And, it's a necessary card, and it's pretty good. So now we're getting more Winter Moony type stuff in Thunderfield Seer. Yeah, we could still be Winter Moon, so I'll just take a couple Seers. Pretty good card. We don't have a lot of actions. I guess we'd then play that. Ruby was probably the thing to be in, but Shardward's a fine card. Just because we've been passing so much quality Ruby removal. But I like Cry in this deck. I like Shardward's fine. I would like more like Tricks are good. At least play 1 trick. Combat trick is help you hopefully win combat. Getting +2/+2 and gaining 2 health. Pretty nice. Add instant speed or quick speed. So the signals are a little confusing here. Like probably getting past Deep Gaze and Crypt Shrieker wheeling and late-ish Spirit Eagles all made me think that Diamond was pretty open. It very well could be. I keep Arcane Zephyr. Probably not going to play it. It's good if you have a bomb because I can give it hexproof, but it's not really, or spell shield. It's not really worth main decking unless you have like some crazy good card. If it stays alive, you win the game, like Fenteo or something. Look at this, man. I know I should probably pick Smashadon, just in case I do end up going Winter Moon, but I'm just gonna hate a Fire Ignition. There's too much removal. Ruby's just crazy open. Yeah, maybe we'll play Starfall. Maybe we'll splash some of the 100 Ruby removal cards we see next pack. Though I doubt it. Another Shard's Call, so now we can fix for anything. Playing 2, then maybe we do just play Tricolor Winter Moon. Though I don't know exactly what are. It's going to be really hard to play the Sapphire cards, or Wild cards. People Creation's worth some money. It's okay in a ramp deck. I haven't been able to sell these, but they're going for about 200 plat, and 200. If it's worth more than a pack, it's definitely worth picking up. I would love an Ethereal Caller. Even another Cripple would be fine. Creepy Conspirators, but I tend to pick the money, especially because this is a Swiss draft. Like, even if you win, you only get 3 packs back, so your profit comes from your cards. So yeah, we'll take it. Maybe it's a reason to go into Winter Moon. 2 Smashodons, a Predatory Prey, and a Eternal Sage. We could be triggering that 5. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely decision time. Thinking Wintermoon's a better strategy than just OVO. Because you only really have one shift tribal type card. That cares about shift a lot. I really want to play Iljon's Parade. I really like Crypt Shrieker. I really like Ethereal Caller, Ghost Feather. I feel like it's more powerful than our Wild. Shit, double Iljon's Parade? Okay. Well, it's like I said, you constantly ask yourself those questions and see what's passed, and then you reevaluate. So, double Iljon's is pretty nuts. I'm not gonna lie. Thinking now, if I'm probably gonna give these a major ability of when it deals damage, all your troops gain +1/+1, and then I might play some cards that tap my opponent's stuff. Like there's tappers and Diamond, Sapphire. There's instant speed stuff that does that. So this will probably wheel. Mesa Lookout's a really good card. If we're playing Winter Moon, Storm Drummer would be better, but we're definitely going to try to make Diamond work now. So Mesa Lookout's fine. Kind of has a built-in combat trick. Gaining the life can be pretty legit. Trying to think. Like, our Sapphire isn't really that great. I mean, the Rune Webs are fine, but that ship is kind of sailed. This card's only really good in Winter Moon. So, I'm actually thinking now that we don't even want to be Sapphire. It's a little late, but alright. This is probably the pick here, and here's why. I think I have a lot of decent 3s that I'd want to get back, like Ghost Feather, Ethereal Caller, Slicer, Crypt Shrieker, Mesa Lookout. All those gain tons of value by being able to be cast multiple times. Second pick would probably be Creepy Conspirators, but the card, I'm already playing OVO. It's not really that necessary. 4-3 for 5 is a little undercosted for this format. So Neophyte Awakener is cool. We're not getting like the unquestionable nuts in any color. Even Ruby lacked a lot of its key troops. Somebody just didn't want the removal, I guess. It's a good sideboard card against spiders. But yeah, we'll definitely take another Ethereal Caller. So that's going to push us more into OVO. So again, we want more shift. Though we haven't seen the great shift cards either. Can't even... Splashing Pupil is probably not worth it. Maybe we're just playing like a lot of our Rune Webs and little cheap 1-drops and just trying to win with Cry while gaining value through what? I don't know. That's a really good card. This is another shift mechanic, but we only have one shift. We're not really that shifty. Now, gaining back cripples. Psychic Torment, Milling, we may or may not play. Definitely the best card in the deck. This chances this wheels. Mesa Lookout would probably be the safer pick. I really don't want to play underwhelming Coyote. Just a bunch of 2/3s and 2/2s that don't do a whole lot of damage. This probably won't will. Throwback skid card. I think Winter Moon is not happening. Psychonic Arclights is so strong though. And then we get a lookout anyway. It's 2 lookouts. Maybe we'll get 3. I'm definitely gonna want to play 2 cries in this deck because we're gonna be playing like a lot of efficient troops with a little bit of value, but in turn 5 or 6 against any deck, we're gonna get outmatched. So we need some way to finish the game. So it ends up being kind of an aggro deck. Double Iljuns. That throwback would have been pretty good. Not gonna lie, being able to get back a throwback is pretty good. So we're playing some kind of unconventional um, shards here, so we need to compensate it by getting lots of ways of interacting with our opponent's stuff. So I want this to wheel because I want to play it. That's an exhauster. This is kind of what I was talking about. Quick action, tapping 2 things down. So that could wheel. It's not a very popular card. Throwback's really good, but this is a tapper in a can. And it goes with our Goad Wide win with Cry on turn 6 strategy 2, maybe. It also helps in an aggro deck. Basically, I want it for its diamond clause of being able to exhaust another troop. It's probably going to be more consistent than both throwback and entangling webs, maybe, though I definitely want a throwback. Don't get me wrong. There's an entangling webs. But there's a cripple. I can see entangling webs coming back and not cripple. Again, we need ways to not die as well, just in any limited format. Cripple helps. Somewhat. Probably not playing you. Probably not playing you. Probably not playing you guys. Probably not playing you. Probably not playing you. Double cry. It's intense. Teal Jones. Probably not need to play you guys. Not playing you. Not playing you. So Wild never really was there. Diamond kind of stayed consistent. Sapphire was never really that open. But I think we did okay. I overinterpreted the 2 rune webs meaning that Sapphire was open. So yeah. Shit, I don't know what to take here. Good card. Arcane Focus is fine. More of a Winter Moon card. Take a Sunseer. Just help our curve. We're basically a Cry of Adamant deck. With some shift synergies. Being able to make some stuff big. Bring it back. Maybe. Maybe. We really want to get through our Iljon's Parade. We're hoping we get some of those exhaust cards back. Cripple's kind of awkward in this deck, but I think generally fine. Yeah, I'd rather have a Creepy Conspirators. Just as a curve topper. So we're not getting back the exhaust cards, which is worrisome because we passed 2, banking that we'd get 1. Maybe I miscounted. Yeah, for the sideboard, it's totally cool. Yeah, the second draft in a row ended up in these colors. It can be effective. Oh, throwback. Good. No throwback. Now entangling webs. Yeah, it's a sideboard card, kind of. Someone's playing Staggering Blast. It's okay. We're in a mirror. No. Bummer. I'm thinking someone's Sapphire Wild. I'm going to play a bunch of entangling webs. So we don't have a lot of great ways to get through our Iljuns other than going wide. We'll see. I'm going to kind of reset, start fresh, kind of figure out what we want to play when. I'm going to build the deck all over again. Though the deck is basically built. We just need to figure out what it's trying to do and what's the best way to get there. So yeah, I definitely want 2 Eljohns. Eternal Sage, 1 Tapper, our Cyclone Shaman to gain some value from our spells, and a 2/4 Flyers. Awesome. 2 of these because I built in tricks. Make a Spirit Eagle. Make stuff. Um, 2, 3 for 4. That's probably going to be bigger at some point. 2 of the games. That is basically can be a lot of different things. It can be a win a race because you basically fog your opponent for a turn, or prevent a key card from dying, or win massive combat through like an awesome combat trick, stuff like that. And my mouse died. All right. Want throwback because we want to be able to displace blockers. Um, we want you because you're good. We want you because you're good. And yeah, 2 of you are almost filled out already. Let's see what's happening here. What are we doing? We're casting a lot of troops early, and then trying to get through with Iljon's parades, exhausting things, gaining spiders. But mainly they're there because they're a 1/1 flyer. It can be a 3/3 flyer with our Cry of Adamant. That's a finisher. Should probably, before I forget, pick your socket ability. When playing Sapphire, I find it's best to use flight. Though the major ability made more ways of getting stuff through, I think. The major ability, just as a 1/3, give everything 1/1, could be good, but most games he's not going to get through, so we're going to give him flight. So we get Wild Speaker out first, can exhaust things, good stuff happens. Okay. I'm gonna pick these guys. 2/2 fly. Wait a second. I don't really play this color shard, this combo very often. I know the major ability, 1/1. Give everything 1/1's very good, but about 2/2 flyers before. It's pretty good too. A little hard to deal with. With Cry of Adamant, that may actually be better. The problem with the 1/1 major ability is it doesn't always get through. When it does, you kind of say, I win the game, but I think I'm going to try that first. But always switch it up. If we think it's going to get through more often than not, then obviously the 1/1 is better. The major ability is better, but I could do one of each. I don't like doing that though, because then my strategy isn't as focused. Synergy is very important, but I think flight's okay here. Their opponent matches our flyers. It's kind of a bummer, but they're probably those flyers probably would just eat these anyway. Alright, let's see what else we can play. I want to play 2 cripples just to have some flexibility. I don't think we have to worry about resources or playing 18 in this deck, especially because we don't have double. I don't think we have any double Sapphire. Cyclone Shaman, but yeah, that's the one. But I can still get away probably with playing 8. So we have a spot for a 23rd card. Wait, I keep wanting that to be. Okay. Yeah, it's not really worth a card in this deck. Mill, I mean, yeah. If our flyers are getting through anyway, we're probably winning the game. It's the sideboard card. Oh, my cry is. Damn it. I don't have a single cry in this deck. We're building the deck around. Alright, so maybe we don't. Wait a second. So this is a cry deck. If this is a cry deck, I take 1 less cripple? What do we cut? Everything's pretty good. Pretty important. Rune Web's important because it's a cry deck. because it has evasion. Hmm. I feel like it's gonna have to be cripple. But then our flexibility goes way down. Um, what are you getting back, Neophyte Awakener? You may be too slow in this type of deck. You're getting back some pretty cool stuff like Dead Eyes, Ethereals, Ghost Feathers, Ace of Lookouts, Urn Webs, Crypt Shriekers. Pretty good in this deck, not gonna lie. Hmm. Again, I've never played this with a minor ability, but it just two flyers too seems so good. It's like good the turn it comes out, whereas other ones have a higher upside. We have to set it up. I think it's gonna be Neophyte just because it's gonna be a little too slow. We really are leaning on our Cry as our win con. Yeah, I just can't. Maybe we just play one cripple, but that's like it. It's like it for the whole game. Cripple goes up a little bit in value because we have Cyclone Shaman. Maybe get one back or get a Cry back. Oh god, that'd be good. But we only have one 5 drop, so the chances of that are pretty low. So are we playing Ovo? I don't really see a reason not to. Our options: Ovo, his health is good. We do have the ethereal collars, so I think that makes Ovo all the better. It also trumps Sapphire removal. Um, his health was didn't get so badly nerfed. I'd consider playing this guy just to just keep the pressure on, basically, or draw out the games. But in this instance, keep the pressure on. Um, Sister Anastasia would be something that you could see maybe playing just because we have so many troop counts pretty high. But remember too that Iljon's count as 2 troops. Um, this guy his ability is just too underpowered. We have a lot of flyers anyway. Um, a little more of a control thing. We want to be proactive. We want champions can help us keep attacking and remain flexible. Ovo, you know, he has some synergies with the cards in our deck, and he has a lot of health. That's basically what we're playing. And it's a champion power you can use 2 to 3 times a game. So that's cool. I guess we could have taken out a Shard Ward. That card's totally fine, but it's a little bit more of a sideboard card than Neophyte Awakener is. So I'm looking for a 23rd card. I think Neophyte. Shard Ward's just such a nice card to have, though, because it just gives you that flexibility. And this card is slow. But imagine bringing back an Ethereal Collar or a Ghost Feather. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. Double Cry deck. Double Cry. Also, I don't think we have anything that's our only 4 drop. Am I right on that? Just having something to do on 4 is better than having nothing. No, that's not true. We have lots of 4s. Yeah, what am I talking about? Anyway, still, can we get the 5 double? Um, yeah, if we play 9, 9 diamonds should be enough. 8 sapphire, kind of pushing it. Makes Cyclone Shaman a little hard to cast, but we're mainly a sapphire or diamond deck. Everything's socketed. Socketed. Flight's fine. Uh, yeah, maybe 2 cripples a little greedy. It's gonna be a new thing for me. I would kind of rather just play the one major ability with these. Let me give it a shot. It could just crush. Yeah. Because we're double cry, evasion's good. We don't necessarily want to break stalls. We want to just do 14 damage in a swing. Alright, save the deck. I like it. Oh, that was fast. So we're playing Shadow God. Alright, I'm gonna vape. I'd say see you in round one, but we'll just run these together because it's so close. Alright, so I'm gonna go vape.